Hey guys, I am Will with Cumberland Cooling. Today we're going to be doing a spring seasonal maintenance.
I'm DJ with Cumberland Cooling, and we're going to be doing a maintenance on a system that we installed.
Hi, I'm John Mark with Cumberland Cooling, and today I'm doing a maintenance on a Ream package heat pump system. First thing I like to do is turn the system off and clean the coils. Having good clean coils is really important for the energy efficiency of your air conditioner. But just water. I don't like to use chemical because chemical will eat away at the coil and we don't want to create a leak. But look how much better that looks already. Much cleaner now. All right, so on a package unit, we've got a white pipe that comes out. And I'm glad we're checking this today because its purpose is actually to trap, called a P-trap, to trap water and hold that. And without this, outside hot air in the summertime will suck right into here and go right into the house. So for efficiency, we want this to hold water, which will block air from getting in. But it's kind of sat here and it was like this. So I fixed that, and throughout the winter it's dried out, so there's nothing in it at all. So after I clean it up a little bit, straighten it out and rinse it off, and you'll notice it's not glued together, and I'm okay with that. I like that because it allows me to take it apart and clean it up really good in case there's a bunch of gunk inside of there. This one happens to be pretty clean, but I like to be able to take it apart. It's not under high pressure water or anything. It's actually collecting humidity from inside the house and dumping it out outside here. But I want to tidy it up, and now I'm going to prime it. I'm going to fill it with a little bit of water. As I mentioned before, that dried out all summer long. So now that we've got water in there, we're good and prime, ready to go for air conditioning season.
All right, so the next part I like to do after cleaning the condenser coils is I want to check the capacitor. First thing we do, we want to turn off power. But that's more of a safety for us. All right, capacitors, that's a word that a lot of homeowners have heard and never had a face put to the name. This is what they look like. They all have their own specific ratings. This one is rated at 45 plus 5 microfarads. 45 microfarads is the rating that your compressor needs to run optimally. And we give those about a 10% depletion rating. And we're about to find out what this one is. If it's beyond 10%, we always recommend to replace them so we can ensure that your compressor is going to run for as long as possible. And this one's reading exactly 45, so it's good. The other rating on there is 5 microfarads. It's for your condenser fan motor to run properly. And this one's rated at 5. So this is a good capacitor. We'll be putting this right back into the system and it'll be good to go.
All right. So we've checked the capacitor, and now we're going to check the contactor, which is the relay. So here's our contactor right here, and this gets signal on the left and the right from the thermostat, and it tells it, hey, we need air conditioning. And so a little magnetic coil back here from these low voltage wires says create a magnetism and pull in power. And so this relay will activate, which transfers the high power from the breaker over there. That high power comes in the bottom. And when this relay activates, it transfers that high power from the bottom to the top, which turns everything on. So we want to make sure that it's in good shape. And I'm going to push this button in a few times, make sure that it's not sticking. And then I'm going to measure the resistance on it, make sure it's creating good magnetism and able to pull it in and transfer power well. Okay, yeah, that's good. Our contactor's good.
Right, one of the important things we like to look at is the cleanliness of your evaporator pan. During cooling, this evaporator coil on your indoor piece of equipment, it sweats, it creates condensation, it rolls down, collects in this drain, and then is carried out through your drain piping. If the drain pan itself is very dirty, sediment, dust, dirt buildup will eventually cause a clog in your drain line where that water backs up and then spills out of this pan. This unit has a secondary drain switch on it, which we are big fans of. If this pan backs up because it can no longer travel out through your primary drain line, it will back up into your secondary. This float switch will shut the unit off once this little bobber on the inside is lifted because of the water. So it'll shut the system off. It's a safety, so we don't flood the basement, your attic, or whatever space it is in. So pan cleanliness is very important, and it's one of the things we like to look at.
I mean, now we're looking at the inside of the evaporator coil. On this particular system, we're not going to be able to pull it out easily because the exhaust is ran right in the way. But what we can do is we can wash the drain piping out with hot water. And it's the easiest, the best way. It's going to clear out a lot of the gunk. We can also ensure that the trap is filled up. And on this particular system, since it has the condensate pump, we'll be able to watch the condensate pump as well.
From there, we like to put drain tablets in the actual drain pan to promote longevity of cleanliness. Like to put a couple of those in there, let them do their magic. And I've already placed one inside of the condensate pump to help fight any gunky, nasty buildup that happens in there. And it just prolongs cleanliness and ensures we are clogging less. All right, so one of the next things I like to check on a seasonal maintenance is the temperature split of the system. This is a very non-invasive method for us to tell if the refrigerant circuit is working properly. A good, healthy temperature split that we're looking for on any 410 system is between 17 and 22 degrees on a good summer day. Now, temperatures outside and inside can influence your temperature split, either up or down. So that parameter of 17 to 22 is not a hard, fast parameter. But what I'm doing right now is these digital temperature gauges are taking a reading from the return air coming into the system and the conditioned air that is now pushing through the entire supply into the house. So that temperature split is the difference of the temperatures of the air entering and leaving. Unit just fired up a couple minutes ago, and we're already passing 17-degree temperature split. So we're looking good.
Thank you for watching. Please give us a call at 615-576-0742 if you would like to schedule your seasonal maintenance. You can also email us at cci@cumberlandcooling.com.